Hi everyone, Dave Mitchell from Bayview Renovations, and it's the end of week 7 of our Pacific Terrace project in Mount Martha, and a little bit more has been done, as you can see. So last week we showed you all of the underfloor heating was down. So what we do before we waterproof is we just put a very thin coat of self-leveling agent over the top, and that allows us to waterproof the entire floor. And then of course, it's very easy to tile. If you do it in reverse, it makes it very, very difficult to get perfect tiles. So lots of bags brought up in this big room. And of course, we got all our heights right. It's really good because it actually levels the floor to perfection. So it makes for a much better finish. So that's been done. Also, all of the plastering now is completed. Just minor bits and pieces that painters will get across, but you can see the entire project now all really taking shape. So we had to do a little patch in the ceiling up there, just there. It was all moldy and a bit crusty and so forth from years of leakage. This place has not been touched for a very long time, I don't think, internally. So we fixed that. We repositioned the lights to be in really good positions for the new configuration, and of course that radius curved roof line, the ceiling, the boys have done an amazing job to rake that in. And of course this wall here as well, this wall was packed out slightly, so to marry that in to make it look like it was always there, they've done an amazing job. It looks really, really good. So you can see now just how big that walk-in shower is, and that really nice big beautiful niche. And of course we've got here our tap location and our bath waste, and then you can see here now very clearly the in-wall cistern and toilet location that we centered in the room. We just moved it across slightly. We didn't just leave it. We actually took the time to get it absolutely perfect. And then of course everything's square set, everything's sanded, and as I said, self-leveling is all down. We managed to do a first coat of waterproofing just in the shower bases, or in the shower areas I should say, walls and bases, prior to screeding. We didn't screed the floor in there, we didn't need to. That was actually built into the floor with yellow tongue, and then cement sheet. So of course we just need to go over where all the electrical underfloor heating is. So this is now, I've just finished doing a big cleanup, probably 2 hours of cleaning in the whole property, vacuuming and so forth. So tomorrow I will come back and sponge everything, get rid of all the dust, put down our primer, and then do another coat of waterproofing. So that'll be the second coat in the shower, first coat on here. So we'll do 3 coats out here, and we'll probably end up with 4 coats on the shower, in particular upstairs. We just never want it to leak for the clients. And as a builder, if you're watching as a tradesman, you do not want to go back because it costs you money and is not a good look at all. So that's it for upstairs. So basically we're ready for waterproofing. You can see we've got our Ardex WPM 155 there. Really good product. We always use it. It's brilliant. And you can see this light is still on. And so that's for the underfloor heating. If that light goes off, or if it starts beeping, it means that we've got a broken wire under the floor. So we're all good to go. So success with that. So just moving on through. So as I said, I've done a vacuum everywhere, really cleaned up a bit, because this is where it starts to look good. Everything goes from dusty and dirty to removing all the dust for bonding and tiling. So in here now, this is the powder. Hopefully you can see that. So we've actually put a manhole there, and that's because there's to be an exhaust fan in here. We need to access that, but there's also another motor mounted up in this ceiling for the other bedroom. So there's a linear slot grill for the exhaust fan, and then there's above here there's a roof cowl that penetrates the roof, and that's where all the moisture from both rooms and smells, etc. as well, will go out of the roof. So we needed that access point there. So there's a floating basin and taps here. Beautiful round mirror to go in here. So as you can see, that's all done as well. The underfloor heating's in. I've just finished cleaning all that. So again, I'll waterproof this entire floor area. We're skirting, doing the skirting tile here. There's no wall tiles to be done. And then what we've also done is put the door on, the jamb and the door, and of course it mirrors the other side, which is what the clients requested. So it's looking really, really good. And then we'll just, once this is done here, we'll run a timber bead across the front of the tiles, and it will look like it was always there. We've also just patched up some of the holes in the walls here and here where we had to get through for some structural work that we were doing. And if I just show you really quickly what I mean, from the exhaust fan in the ensuite, so there used to be an exhaust fan here on the wall. We removed that, covered it over. It was very ugly. So what we're going to do up here, there will just be like a little slit, like you might see them air conditioning slits like in the more modern homes or commercial spaces, and it'll just go there. And then inside there's a motor that pulls the air out of this room and up out of the roof cowl. So hopefully that makes sense. It'll look really good, a lot more modern, and it'll function really well as well because it's above the shower. You can't really put a ceiling fan or exhaust fan in a curved roof. It looks terrible. So coming down here, again, I've done a bit of a cleanup. So our laundry is all done, ready for cabinetry now. So all of this has been sanded. All of everything's done. The timber boards are in underneath, the new timber boards. So as you can see, we've patched up where the old security system was. There was a few power points here that we got rid of. You can see our wires for our LED strip lights either side. And then of course, what we did here, we carried the ceiling through. We run a new ceiling right the way out here. There used to be a gap around that edge there, and it just looked horrible. So we put a whole new ceiling in for the clients. The clients might not even know that. We just did that for them because it looks so much better, and then we'll paint it. And then of course downstairs in the main, we have put the self-leveling agent in here as well. You can see it here, and that's all dry now. And we've given it plenty of time to dry. You really need to, and that way it's really, really rock solid. It's gone off well, and then you can waterproof over the top. So big shower in this room. You can see here, big niche, shower on that side. So you'll go around from here. That was structural. That's why that doesn't go all the way. There's a big bit of steel in that corner, so we couldn't modify that. You can see that shaver in the wall now, and again, all finished. All of the plastering's all done, all sanded off, and this window over here is square set. The walls on the windows on all of this wall, upstairs and downstairs, are all square set, and then the windows on this wall, upstairs and downstairs, they'll all be tiled around. So this wall to 2.1 high, and then you can see here we've got our exhaust fan mounted on the side there for this room, so that'll function really well as well. I think that's about it. I think so. Like I said, tomorrow I'll come sponge all of the dust off, and then I can prime all the floors, and then I can waterproof first coats, and then by the end of this week, Saturday, Sunday, I believe, our tiler is actually back from overseas. He's been overseas for his birthday, his grandmother's birthday or something. So he'll be tiling the floors next weekend, so in 1 week's time. That's when we're really going to see some progress. From there on out, it should be fairly quick. So lots been done in the last few weeks. Thank you for watching.